Hi everyone, Richard here. Welcome back to Curriculum Mapping with G Suite. Today's video is intended for those of you who have already successfully developed and deployed your Curriculum Mapping Tools add-on, and today I'm going to show you how you can add additional features to that foundational add-on. So just to recap, in the foundational add-on, it does one of two things. When we launch the add-on, it will either add the unit planner to our curriculum map, or it will open up the sidebar and allow us to edit the sort of metadata related to the unit planner. So if I go ahead and click this, this is going to open the original form that was submitted with this particular Google Doc, and I can make changes. None of these changes will go directly back into this doc. But it does allow us to make changes and update the spreadsheet on the back end. So if this were to be a brand new document, it would have populated the merge tags that would have been in the template with the data you submitted in your form. So that's the foundational piece. And again, you went through the deployment process. What we're going to look at today is adding a feature of inserting data from a master Google Sheet. And this could be any type of data. In this instance, we're looking at key concepts and learner profile attributes. This is part of the IB PYP program. So the goal of this is to have an add-on that allows you to click on text within that add-on and have it be inserted into the Google Doc to avoid all of the typing. And it's a standard way of inserting your outcomes, anything that you want to kind of control the wording of information and as it goes into your unit planner. This is a strategy for doing that. So, and before we go into the code for this, I just want to kind of share what that looks like. So here is a unit that has this. So note that there's this additional function right here. So if I click Insert Key Concepts and Learner Profile Attribute, again, it's going to open a sidebar. This is an accordion sidebar. And this is pulling data from the Google Sheet. So you can kind of note that the headers are here. So the headers populate the headers in the accordion. And all of the data below that shows up as a bulleted list. So the way that you insert is if there's an available bullet in your unit planner, and I highly recommend sort of pre-populating your templates with bullets for where you want faculty and staff to be inserting information from an add-on. That way, that's kind of an indicator to say, oh yeah, there's a bullet here, that means I should be inserting something. So if I'm going to insert a key concept, or I can insert here responsibility, and by clicking on that, it inserts it into the Google Doc and adds another bullet point to be ready to receive another a key concept. So again, same concept applies for the learner profile attributes. I can insert a bullet just to get this ready, and I can click on thinkers, and this will insert that text. So that's the additional feature I will be demonstrating how to update your code to include this functionality. So again, the bare bones add-on looks like this. There's 3 files here in the app script. The code.gs file, the HTML file, and then this is a custom function that has the logic built into it for deciding whether or not it's a new unit planner or if it needs to load the original request. So that's all that is. So the updated code, and again, you would just add the pieces I'm going to show you to your existing code to make these changes. Looks a little bit like this. So again, we've got the 3 files, the same files that exist in the other one. The one change to the code.gs file is there's a menu, there's an option that's added to the menu item. So here is essentially our hyperlink to launch the sidebar that has the key concepts and the learner profile attributes. That's the only change that is needed for the code.gs file. You could essentially build everything in that file, the code.gs file, but I tend to keep things organized separately just so if I need to look for something and change something, it's easier for me to find. So the rest of the function is in this key concepts.gs. And you'll notice here that it's setting some user properties so that the doc ID of the key concepts and learner profile attributes, that is being put into the user properties. And I'm not going to go into what each piece of this code does, but just know that we are sort of hard coding into the properties the document ID and then also the name of the sheet, because this will need to be retrieved by the user when they're accessing the add-on. And then note there's also this HTML file. So this is the actual, the sidebar sort of file that will open and populate. So these functions in here are actually pulling the data from that spreadsheet to populate the accordions in your sidebar. So, and again, it'll grow dynamically. So for example, if you were to add multiple headers across here, the add-on will also update to include those headers in the accordion. So you're not limited just to 2 columns worth of data. So you can incorporate much more data into one spreadsheet if you want to. Now this is the sort of AppScript file that is, or the HTML file that's controlling the animation of the accordion. So this can again just be copied and pasted as is. This gives you that effect of being able to toggle the accordion. So this stuff, all of that moving box and the up and down sort of revealing of this information, that's related to that file right there. And then this is the style sheet. So this gives that sidebar its look and feel. You can kind of see keywords here like accordion, so you know that, yeah, this is related to the sidebar for my key concepts and learner profile attributes. If you're not a PYP or an IB school, certainly you can rename a lot of these functions. Like I just put PYP at the end of all of these functions to sort of point me to, yeah, this function is related to this aspect of the script. But again, you're welcome to rename just these things, but they have to be consistent throughout. So once you've added these 4 additional files to your existing foundational add-on, and I've also updated your menu to include a link to your new sidebar, you're ready to sort of save a new version. So you would go to Manage Versions, save it, and then you would go through the deploy process again, but it would be much faster this time because you would simply update the deployed version of your add-on, and the changes will take place upon publication of that update. So it may take a few moments to fully propagate, but it's usually pretty fast, and you should see your additional feature available to you in your add-on. So, and again, you can apply this concept to other features you would like to include. So, but I think the key here is just staying organized in your AppScript file as you build additional features into your add-on. So I hope this is helpful information. I will also post the code for this file here, so as a reference that you can kind of copy and paste over information if you'd like to give this a shot. So great, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video.